Powered by Penguin. Myrren's Gift, written by Fiona McIntosh, narrated by Ben Chapple.
We at Penguin Random House Australia
acknowledge that Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples
are the traditional custodians
and the first storytellers of the lands on which we live and work.
We honour Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples' continuous connection to country,
waters, skies
and communities.
We celebrate Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander stories,
traditions and living cultures.
And we pay our respects to elders, past and present.
For my good friend Diane Rogers, who in sharing her fascinating experience with a seer, unwittingly prompted this tale. Prologue. He knew the injury would be fatal, accepted it at the very moment he caught the sword's menacing glint as it slashed down. Wyl Thirsk, favourite son of Morgravian, began the last part of his journey towards death as a grey dawn sluggishly stretched itself across the winter sky. He faced his end with the same grace and courage he had called upon for all of his life as General of the Legion. It had been the king's idea to attack the Briavelians gathered on an opposite hillside under the cloak of night. To Wyl, it had seemed somehow ignoble to interrupt the traditional night's peace in which men sat quietly around small fires, some singing, others deep in thought as to whether they might live through another day of battle. But the king had fixed his mind on this bold plan to take his enemy by surprise on a night where dark, brooding clouds eliminated the moonlight. The River Tague, which bisected the realms of Morgravia and Briavel from the mountains in the north to their midlands, had already run red with the blood of both armies earlier that day, and Wyl had been reluctant to put the men to the sword again so soon. But his sovereign had persisted, and Thirsk had accepted the challenge. There had been no sense of foreboding as he carried out his monarch's wishes and led the attack. He simply did not like the plan. Wyl was a man of honour and tradition. War had a code which he preferred to observe rather than flout. Nevertheless, he had fought ferociously. He knew no other way, but had been disturbed when Magnus, his friend and king, going directly against his wishes, had joined the fray. Without further thought, Wyl had planted his feet and grimly dispatched 3 Briavelians before he was able to make a move towards protecting his sovereign. The white cloak suitably inconspicuous. He had...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?